When coming to Japan for your first time, there are certain things that you should be aware of and that you should know. So in today's video, let's talk about those things that you should not do when visiting Japan. It's your first time coming to Japan and you are excited, looking forward to riding those trains, looking forward to visiting those temples and shrines, and of course, looking forward to eating some of that amazing, amazing food. However, don't be that guy or that gal. Don't be that tourist. Don't be that person that sticks out like a sore thumb for the wrong reasons. Don't be that tourist that everybody points their fingers at, that ruins it for everybody else. So, let's get into it. Don't be one of those nuisance streamers. You know those guys that come to Japan, they carry their loudspeakers, do some backflips and dance on a train and irritate the locals? Or one of those guys that gets on a train and just starts dancing and scaring people by dancing in front of them. Don't be one of those nuisance streamers. But do this. You're more than welcome to stream live while you're walking around Tokyo, but just be mindful of the people that are around you. Give locals respect. Don't go into places that you don't belong, okay? The main thing is play nice. Be mindful, be respectful. You do this, then you can stream in Japan to your heart's content and you won't cause any trouble at all. If you're in Kyoto or Tokyo, if you see a girl dressed in a kimono, do not run up to them and just start taking pictures randomly. It's always nice to be respectful and ask people before you take photos. The key thing is don't just start taking pictures of people just dressed in kimonos. Just don't do that. But do this. Ask permission if you do want to take a photo. And if they say no, they say no. If they say yes, great, you can take a photo with them. But do ask. Don't just shoot photos randomly, especially when you're in Kyoto. There's been challenge with that with guests just randomly shooting and chasing down the geisha. Same thing if you're filming or taking photos. Even when you're live streaming, and what you want to do is be very, very careful with people's faces. If there's anybody in your picture or your photograph or your video, do this when you're trying to film and you don't want to have people in your way. Be patient and just wait. Other folks are there visiting too. They want to take a picture, they want to take a video. Be patient and wait. That's the best thing to do when you're taking photos and videos and you don't want people in your way. Don't ignore the trash rules. Make sure you don't litter. I know Japan is one of those places where it's hard to find a trash can. It's not often you find trash cans, but if you look hard enough, you can always find a place to dispose of your things. The key thing is carry your trash with you, keep it in your pocket, and then when you find a place where you can dispose of it properly, do dispose of things properly. Don't mistake a recycling bin for a trash bin. Always check the difference before you toss your trash. Hey, if you're planning a trip out here to Japan, you can connect with me at farsightjapan.com. Link is below to help you plan your trip out here to Japan. And if you're coming to Japan and you need to get connected, I'm now offering my eSIMs. Yes, Bunga has eSIMs. So you can get them in 10 or 20 gigabyte options. I'll also leave the link below so that way when you come to Japan, you can make sure that you are connected. All right, now back to the video. And you definitely shouldn't be eating and walking at the same time. That's kind of the etiquette here. There are some places around Tokyo where you can eat and walk, say like if you're down at the Tsukiji market. But even then, if you're gonna be eating and walking around the Tsukiji fish market, you still gotta be aware of the people around you and just think about it like that. But the main thing is you don't want to be eating and walking at the same time, or you don't even want to be drinking and walking at the same time also. There are also certain places in Tokyo where you're not supposed to be drinking like alcohol, open bottles while you're walking out and about. So do this. Just find a quiet little place, a little bench or a little corner where you can kind of hide away and then you can eat. Do that and you should be just fine. If you are doing any tours while you're here in Tokyo, make sure that you're not late. Don't be late for your tour. There's other people who have also signed up for the tour and they're waiting also. Always try to show up at least 10 minutes early before your tour actually starts. So don't be late for your tours. If you find yourself wandering through a souvenir shop and you see things that are interesting, don't touch everything that you see. Sometimes if you start touching things, people think that you're gonna actually buy something. So don't wander into random souvenir shops and just start touching all kinds of things without even buying it. Ask permission to look at things before you touch them. There are some places that are very sensitive about that, so just be aware. Don't assume everybody speaks English, especially when you get outside of Tokyo. This is Japan. Japanese is our native language, is what we speak here. So don't expect everybody to speak your language. Make sure you carry Google Translate with you to help you figure things out if you don't understand something. Of course, when you're within Tokyo, it's a lot easier to find translations, but when you go out and about, not easy. Please, don't expect people to speak English for you. Don't get all crazy when someone cannot speak English at all. But do this. Learn a couple of phrases in Japanese that you can use. Learn how to say thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Learn how to say excuse me, like sumimasen. Or when you're on a crowded train and you're trying to get off, we like to say, "Orimasu." "Sumimasen." "Orimasu." "Sumimasen." "Orimasu." You can use these things. So do what you can to try to pick up a little bit of the language before you come out. And just a little bit of Japanese goes a long way to show the locals here that you're doing your best to try to connect, to have this wonderful experience here in Japan. Don't speak loudly in certain areas. For example, when you visit a Japanese temple or a shrine, you want to keep your voice down to a minimum. You don't want to speak very loudly in a Japanese shrine or a Buddhist temple. The reason why is because these are very, very sacred places. Also, when you think about elevators or in a train, you do not want to speak loudly when riding a train. You do not want to speak loudly when you're in an elevator, when it's crowded and there's a lot of people. Do this. When you have to talk to somebody else, if you feel like they can't hear you, get a little bit closer to that person and then dial down your voice a little bit and then talk to them this way. Oh, you're not bothering other people when you talk like this. Okay, keep it down. If you do that, you'll be fine. Silence is golden. Don't smoke in public areas. Don't smoke on the street. Don't smoke while you're walking. Don't smoke outside. Don't smoke in restaurants. Public smoking was pretty much banned in Japan, I think right around 2015, right around the time that they got the bid for the 2020 Olympics. However, do this. Find a designated smoking area where you can smoke. There are designated smoking areas located in and around train stations. And then when you go out to certain restaurants, they do have a smoking room where you can smoke. There are special bars and restaurants that you can still smoke at, but they're kind of more like hidden gems these days. But they are out there. But for the most part, don't smoke while you're walking and out in public. Don't push onto the train. If you're here in Japan during rush hour, it seems like people are all pushing onto the train. But what some people are doing, they're just slowly wiggling themselves in to find a little space. You don't want to be that guy that's getting on train going like this, pushing everybody out of the way. Don't be that guy. Slowly ease your way onto your train. Don't push when you get on train, but do say "Sumimasen." Acknowledge people around you. You can say "excuse me," and then slowly make your way on the train. Don't expect things to be open 24/7. I know Tokyo's a really, really big city, and you would think that everything is quite open 24/7, but not all restaurants and things are open 24/7. So just be aware of that. Not everything is open 24 hours, 7 days a week. And don't wear shoes in some establishments. Usually if you're going to some restaurants, if you're visiting a friend's house, if you're visiting certain shrines and getting into a certain area, usually you'll need to remove or take off your shoes. So just be aware that there are certain areas that you are not supposed to wear your shoes in Japan. Do this. Wear some nice, fancy, colorful, funky socks. So that way when you visit any of these establishments where you're required to take off your shoes, at least people can see that you have good taste in really, really amazing socks. Don't skip the bow. In Western culture, we like to shake hands when we meet people. But in Japanese culture, it's more of the bow. So when you're meeting somebody for the first time, you're greeting a friend or anybody that you meet, always do a slight bow. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hi. Nice to meet you. You know, something like that. So don't skip the bow. When you're entering into a Japanese temple or a shrine, before you go through the torii gate, it's always good to bow just a little bit, right? When you've just had dinner at a restaurant and the waiter or the waitress or the hostess thanks you, bow. So do that. So don't skip the bow. Always remember to just bow slightly. And if you do that, you'll be fine. So don't skip the bow. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right, so those are a lot of things we covered today, but these are the things you should not do when visiting Japan. But one positive thing that you should do is get a Tokyo banana. These are so good. So thank you for watching today's video. So when you come to Japan, make sure you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Come here, have a good time and enjoy yourself, but do please respect the local customs and the culture. If you agree with everything I said today, please hit that like button and show me some love. And if you have any questions or if there's something that I missed, please comment below. Let me know. I'll be always more than happy to answer your comments and your questions. And if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel to stay up to date to all things Japan. And if you want to watch more videos, please click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next round. Pretty good. Mm.